Hey everyone, so I'm up early for me. I'm just at Starbucks right now. I'm about to go to my doctor's appointment. It's at 1:30. So I was like, I better get out of the house by 11:30 so that I can just take the bus there, get off, so I can save money instead of taking Lyft all the way. It's just right here in Pasadena. And so I forgot to announce though. I forgot to announce last week or maybe a week or two ago. LA County, you don't have to wear the mask anymore, like on the buses and trains and stuff. I know some other areas were kind of like you didn't have to, but over here you still had to wear them. Most importantly, Lyft, Uber, all them, you don't have to wear them anymore. And so now I'm just getting so used to it that I forgot to say like yay, finally, because it was ridiculous because you could wear them in the stores here. You didn't have to wear them in the stores and the restaurants here anymore, but Uber, Lyft, you still had to wear them. In the buses and trains, you had to wear them. And since I didn't really take the bus that much all the time, I didn't know, but the train, Metrolink, you did. So I was like, I'm so glad we don't have to wear it. I just feel like everything's going back to normal. And stores are doing the sample things again. I heard like Trader Joe's and Costco. So I just feel like things, I mean, it's still important. It's still an issue. Still gotta be careful. I didn't get the booster yet. I just have the 2 doses, and they gave me my flu shot a week ago at that urgent care appointment. But so it's still kind of out there. You still have to stay on top of it, but I think we're just kind of slowly going back to what it was before, in the world. I got my favorite this time. I got Trinta cold brew. But I brought my own creamer, you guys. I put some of that sweet Italian cream in a water bottle, empty water bottle, and just because they usually only have a Starburst milk, and you could like pay for almond milk and stuff, I think. But I wanted just creamer, and I never seen them. I think they had it before COVID and everything. I don't know, but I always just like my creamers. So I would always bring them when I was coming from home. But like, so and you guys know the Trenta has 300 something milligrams caffeine. So I don't know. I just was groggy getting up. I was just like, oh, I gotta get up, but do I want to get up? So I forced myself up, and today at some point I gotta do laundry. I didn't do laundry yesterday. I went out. I spent like $60 at Traders. They have some, you guys. They have some good things that they have. Like, I got 2 more cans of the pumpkin because I want to do that pumpkin thing again today. That coffee, because I figured out a way to do it where it's instead of doing the Splenda at the end. So I'm gonna do that later when I get home. But I still haven't got my barista mixer thing, so I gotta do it the old way again. But I got 2 cans of pumpkin. I just got some other groceries I needed, but they had the birria back in stock. So they didn't have eggs. They were out of eggs by the time I got there, and I just got there in the middle of the day. I got water. I just had to get groceries basically. But before I went in, I had to go to Sally get something, and I got some Panda Express. I shouldn't have got that. I didn't really eat good yesterday though, because I got like some kind of, I think, one day like food poisoning type deal, just from one of the pieces of fish was really thick from my catfish at home, my bag, catfish nuggets, and I put it in the oven to finish it off because it was the last piece and it was this thick piece. And at first I thought it was kind of express like that sick, but no, it was that like, because you know how fish is supposed to be flaky. Well, I was like, oh, it's white, so it's done. But I could tell when you look in it, you can kind of tell when it's not, because it's still kind of, so you could tell it's cooked from not. So, yeah, I was like, ugh. So, it ruined kind of the rest of my afternoon. I was like, so I finally got up later because I was hungry, but I ended up eating some of the pumpkin blondie brownies from Trader's. Guys, those are fire, but they have pecans in them, which I'm not a big nut fan, like inside of my cakes and stuff or things. So I was kind of disappointed with that, but they were so moist, they're so good. So I kind of binged on those a little bit. I didn't eat, so I ended up eating my Panda Express later, like this morning, but not really all of it. But so yeah, it's been kind of weird. Um, but so before I went into Traders, me and Jasmine were on the phone. We were on the phone while I was in the lift, and all the way till I got walked over to Traders, because Panda and Traders are in the same plaza. Just kind of, you have to walk a little bit. So we were on the phone and we were just talking. She's like, "Oh my god, I wish you were in person because we really need to talk about just what's going on at home and everything for her." And we were just talking about guy stuff, and like, it was funny because I was like, "Have you ever heard of? Whoa, what? I don't know what this bee wants to skip near me, but oh my god, go away!" I'm all interrupted my video. Anyway, okay, so she was laughing. I don't get why people are laughing at me about this, because I truly believe in this. I truly believe everyone knows that she said communication is the most important thing in a relationship, right? Any kind of relationship, communicating with each other. And I was like, maybe you guys have different love languages. And she was like, "What's that?" And I was like, 5 love languages, like the thing. And so I made her ass take the quiz, and she was like, "Oh my god, this is taking forever. Can I finish tomorrow?" I was like, "No." I was like, "I want your results." And I already knew what my results were, because not that I've taken the quiz before, but I just knew, because I read all the different ones and I knew which one fit me the most. But the quiz is kind of like weird, you guys. I'm gonna link it on this video because I want everyone to take the quiz and see just where you're at, what's your love language. But the reason I don't like the quiz that much is because it kind of like it'll tell 2 things that it'll ask you, like, what what's more important to you, your partner giving you a hug and like when you just out of nowhere, or your partner giving you a gift? What's more important? And you're just supposed to go with which one's more meaningful to you at that moment. Like, what would you think? Because I might say, well, I would like either one. I would like him to do something for me, but I also would like if he just, said this. And so I knew mine was already words of affirmation, because like I already know that all the ones where they were like, what would make you feel better if your partner told you out of nowhere how important you were, or how special you were to him, or what he liked about you, or if your partner like bought you something. So I already knew what my results were gonna be. Even though I took the quiz anyway. But first I sent her all the different ones, and I was like, read these and see which one fits you. I was like, maybe he has a different one, or maybe he, And we were talking about other things. I don't want to get too graphic, too TMI, because it's kind of real talk, personal. But we were just talking about different things about it, and so she took the quiz. It was so funny. She was like, "Oh my god," and I think she was trying to trick me, because she's like, "Oh my god, Justin, I lost the test." And I'm like, "Whatever, you just don't want to finish it." She's like, "Oh, there it goes." And so she found out hers was acts of service, which is people doing things for you, would be more important than somebody giving you, a gift, or giving you words. But that doesn't mean you don't. What I was trying to clarify with her is, it doesn't mean you don't want the other things too. Like, I might think, for me, that a partner telling me compliments and different things is more important overall in the relationship. But that doesn't mean that if you didn't give me, some flowers one day or something, that I wouldn't want those. It just means, like, if he just gave flowers all the time, or just never had time for me or anything, then I would not be satisfying, and we wouldn't get along, because we would just we're not seeing each other, but needs. And so I was trying to tell her to get him to take it too, but I doubt he will. Some guys will do it, but some guys are just like, I'm not doing any of that, you know. But they have a new book out. It's called Five Love Languages for Singles. I never even read the original book. I just seen it online and I heard about it. I want to get the one for singles because that's like where I'm at right now, and just see. It'll teach me how to kind of spell it out if I need to do that. If he's not a guy that can kind of see that, already. But it's like, it was interesting taking the quiz, but the quiz seemed very, like, it was difficult at certain points because you don't want to make it seem like you don't think the other things are important. But it's a mixture of things overall. I think you want a little bit of all of it. But for the most part, if a guy never told me, I love you, or, and I didn't even know I was into that kind of thing, it's just like, we weren't the most touchy-feely family, so I obviously wasn't that way. And then when I was with the last guy, he was that way. So it was like, I just kind of got into it after that. Like, oh, I do like that. I do like someone telling you things or being affectionate with you or things like that. But I want to just make it clear. I told my friend, like, yeah, that doesn't mean you don't think your parents don't love you or anything. Your parents do love you. They show love in their own way. To me, in my opinion, even if your parents aren't hugging you all the time or telling you, oh my God, you're this or that, I still knew they cared about us. They loved us. They did what they had to do for us. So it's like, you never know what you kind of want until you kind of finally meet someone who does those things. You're like, oh, okay. But it's just like when you see people, couples, and the girls, like, I need to hear it. Like, in that movie Ghost, when Demi Moore was like, all you say is ditto. You don't say, she'll say, I love you, and he'll be like, ditto. Like, he don't want to say the words. And she wants to hear it, Maybe her love language is words, because she wants to hear it. She doesn't want you to say ditto or buying her bouquet of roses or buying her gifts all the time or whatever. It's really interesting, guys. Like, I got her to take the quiz, and she was just like, it was just so funny because she's like, mine's active service. I knew it was gonna, I figured it would be, because she was telling me how, people just talk to you and, tell you about the things in their life going on, and it's kind of like, so you want somebody who's gonna be like, they're doing things for you, which I would like that too. But see, I like grocery shopping and stuff, so I would like it if a person did that for me, but because I'm so like, oh, I wanted this, not this, I would rather just do it myself. But if a guy was like, you know what, let me go do the grocery shopping, then I would be like, or let me do the laundry, let me do this. But I think it depends, But she just said that was like, oh yeah, go do it for me. Like, I'm like, that's your love language. You want people to, that means more to you than those other things. It's kind of like not saying that, like I said, not the other things aren't important, but it's saying that in the hierarchy, or however you say it, of importance to you, that's at the top. So for me, mine's words of affirmation. Like, I like when people say this. Like when my mom would say, oh my God, that's a pretty picture, Jocelyn, like, of me, like the selfie or something. It feels like so good compared to, like, I don't know. It just does, but that's just how I am. It may seem like we're fishing for compliments, but we aren't. That's our thing, Or like when someone says, oh, you did good, or it's good, Like, I remember my dad once, he never is like that. And I blamed it on the Capricorn thing, but no, it's not the Capricorn thing. We're both Capricorns, so. But he was like, he never really is like, oh, that was a good meal. He'll say, he might say it if you ask him, but he won't say that in nowhere. So one time I was like, so how was that potato salad? He's like, oh, it was pretty good. And I was like, and it felt like, oh my God. So I knew what mine was years ago, And then when he was like, because otherwise he says, no, it was all right. like about everything. And then one time I made turkey burgers, and he was like, "Those are good. Like those are moist and everything." I was like, you know. So it means I know already where I'm at. But it was just funny getting him to do it. But I'm gonna put the link, you guys, and if you want, you can share your results on the comment section because I'm really interested in this. Like, I think everyone should know their love language so that you can know. I'm not saying it's 100% foolproof, but it lets you know how to communicate when you need. Because if you take, like, whoever I meet, I'm gonna say, can you just take this quiz real quick? And I'm gonna see what his is, and then so we can communicate better. So we don't have to go through the BS of you're not getting me, you're not hearing me, you're not seeing me. Because I really feel like when you know that about each other, then everything else kind of just flows, you know, because then you're able to communicate easier and not just be like, you're not hearing me because you're this, you're that, you know. But you guys, I'm gonna get to my appointment. I gotta get on the bus. I'll let you guys know what happens. We'll see, you know, I hope my doctor ain't on no BS today. And then also I gotta call my worker because they freaking sent me a thing saying, an email yesterday saying, oh, your leaves come back after the 8th or something like that, which is next week, right? Which is what my doctor had said and what my leave was for. And then today the worker called, but I missed it, and they sent me an email saying my leave is extended to the 19th, which is next week. I was like, oh hell no, a week after this, and I was like, oh hell no, and it's a paid leave, yeah, but it's only 60% of your income, so you know I want, and they're doing overtime now, hell no, so I gotta call and see what's going on. So they extended my leave to the 19th. I'm like. So I'm gonna see what's going on with that. I'm gonna keep you guys posted. Okay, talk to you guys later. Have a good Wednesday. Hump day. Bye.